I played Song of Nunu for 10 hours. Here's why it's a masterpiece. This is David, coming to you from Ghana on the Fix XX Gaming. A boy and his Yeti on a quest to find his mother. What's not to love? Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, promises a seriously emotional journey. But can this AA indie adventure game from Tequila Works deliver a heartwarming story and a solid technical experience on Linux? We put it to the test on vidIQ Linux to find out. This is the Fix XX, where we check out the most interesting AA titles hitting the market. Today, we're diving into the frozen world of the Freljord. Song of Nunu is a single-player story-driven adventure, and it's a spin-off from the gigantic world of League of Legends. But don't worry, you don't need to be a League expert to get into this. It was developed by Tequila Works, the same studio that made the beautiful game Rhyme, and it's designed to be a totally standalone story. Our entire review was captured from a full playthrough on vidIQ Linux, a gaming-focused OS that aims to give you a console-like experience on your PC. So, we're not just looking at the game's story, but its performance too. Let's see if this song is worth a listen. The heart and soul of Song of Nunu is its incredible emotional storytelling. The game follows Nunu, a young boy from the nomadic Notai tribe. After a devastating raid separates him from his mother, he's left with one goal: find her. His only companion is Willem, a wise, playful, and powerful Yeti who also happens to be his best friend. The bond between these two is just fantastic. From the very beginning, their friendship feels real and infectious. Tequila Works clearly poured a ton of love into this relationship. Willem isn't just a mount or gameplay mechanic. He's a character who interacts with Nunu and the world in ways that feel completely genuine. The story itself walks a fine line between lighthearted fun and a deeper underlying sadness. One minute you're in a massive snowball fight, and the next you're dealing with themes of loss and sacrifice. Nunu is guided by dreams of his mother, who tells him to find a mysterious power called the Heart of the Blue, hidden deep in the mountains. This quest pulls them across from vast frozen lands of the Freljord. Along the way, they meet other characters from the League of Legends universe, like the friendly strongman Braum and the blacksmith demigod Ornn. But their journey is constantly overshadowed by the Ice Witch, Lysandra, who has her own sinister plans for Willem. What really makes the story work is how welcoming it is. If you're a League of Legends lore fanatic, there are tons of details to appreciate. But if you're new, the game never leaves you feeling confused. All the important info is woven right into the conversation and the world itself, and a handy journal fills in the gaps without feeling like homework. The voice acting is top-notch, especially for Nunu, who sounds exactly like a curious, energetic kid on an impossible mission. And even though Willem just growls and grunts, his personality absolutely shines through thanks to fantastic animation and clever subtitles that let you know what he's feeling. It makes their adventure feel less like an epic fantasy and more like a personal, touching road trip. Gameplay in the Song of Nunu is all about the teamwork between its two heroes. You'll be exploring, solving environmental puzzles, and doing a bit of platforming and combat. You mainly control Nunu, who runs, jumps, and slides around. His most important tool is his magical flute, Velsunga. By playing different notes, Nunu can make things happen in the world, like charming creatures, revealing hidden paths, or activating old machines. The puzzles are usually pretty straightforward and aren't meant to stump you, focusing more on using the flute in creative ways. When you need some muscle, you hop on Willem's back. The big guy can smash through ice walls, clear obstacles, and fight off the hostile creatures of the Freljord. The combat is simple and fun. You've got light and heavy attacks, a dodge for telegraph moves, and some really cool cinematic takedowns. It's not trying to be a deep, challenging system. It's just another way to show off the duo's teamwork. The platforming is also very forgiving. On our vidIQ Linux setup with a controller, movement felt smooth and responsive. This is definitely a game that feels better with a controller than a mouse and keyboard. We didn't hit any major snags, which let us stay focused on the adventure itself. But the game's simplicity can be a bit of a mixed bag. If you're a veteran of 3D platformers, the game might start to feel a little bit repetitive after a while. Some puzzles, especially later in the game, drag on a little bit longer than they should. But just when you feel a mechanic starting to get stale, the game's charm wins you over again. The pure joy of sliding down a huge icy mountain on Willem's back or sharing a high five after solving a puzzle makes it easy to forgive the lack of complexity. The game knows what it is, a story-first experience where the gameplay is a pleasant, low-stress ride to carry you through it. And speaking of a pleasant ride, if you are enjoying this review and our deep dives into the indie scene, now's a perfect time for you to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Your support helps us keep making more XX reviews, especially for cool setups like our Bazite Linux rig. Thanks for that. Now, let's get back to the presentation. Visually speaking, Song of Nunu is gorgeous. Tequila Works uses a vibrant storybook art style that makes the Freljord less like a barren wasteland and more like a place of stark magical beauty. The environments are cozy and inviting, from sparkling snow-covered fields to the glowing volcanic heart of an ancient forge. The colors shift to match the mood of each scene, which is something Tequila Works also did incredibly well in Rime. While it may not have the photorealistic detail of a massive AAA game, the strong art direction more than makes up for it, creating a world that's both whimsical and huge. On our Bazite Linux system, the game looked fantastic. The OS is built for gaming, so even during the most visually busy moments, like sliding down a giant glacier, the framerate held up really well. Bazite aims to be a hassle-free, just works kind of experience, and it really lets the game art shine without any technical headaches. The sound design is just as impressive and does so much for immersion. The crunch of snow, the howl of the wind, and the little chirps of Freljord wildlife really bring the world to life. But the absolute showstopper is the musical score. Composed by Chris Velasco, the soundtrack is a phenomenal sweeping orchestral score that perfectly sets the tone for every single moment. It dwells with triumph, gets soft and sad during quiet beats, and fills you with a sense of wonder as you explore. It's a cinematic score that elevates the whole experience. Okay, let's get technical. A big part of this channel is putting games to the test, and running Song of Nunu on Bazite Linux was a key focus. If you're not familiar, Bazite is an immutable Fedora-based OS built to be a ready-to-go solution for PC gaming, giving you a stable console-like feel with tons of gaming optimizations already packed in. And I'm happy to report that the experience was overwhelmingly positive. Thanks to the power of Proton and Bazite setup, Song of Nunu ran exceptionally well right out of the box. Installation on Steam was a breeze, and the game just worked. No special launch options, no messing with the files. Throughout the 8 to 12 hour story, performance was very stable at maxed out settings. While reports on ProtonDB are generally very positive, some users mentioned occasional stutters or the need to try a custom Proton version to get things perfect, which is pretty standard for Linux gaming. For us, it was just about as close to a just works experience as you could hope for. This really shows you how far Linux gaming has come. For players who want the power of a PC with the ease of a console or Steam Deck, Bazite is an excellent choice. Playing Song of Nunu on it felt like a perfect match. A warm, accessible game on a user-friendly OS. You don't have to be locked into one operating system to enjoy fantastic indie games like this one. So, is Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story, worth your time? Absolutely yes! Tequila Works has delivered an adventure that is just overflowing with heart. While the gameplay is simple and the challenge is low, it succeeds where it counts most, telling a powerful and memorable story. The friendship between Nunu and Willem is one of the most charming dynamics I've seen in gaming in a long time, and it does carry the entire experience from start to finish. This game is for anyone and everyone who loves a good story, wants a cozy adventure to relax with, or appreciates a game that puts emotion first. It's a perfect way for newcomers to dip their toes into the League of Legends universe, and a fantastic treat for existing fans. This title was published by Riot Forge, a label that Riot Games sadly shut down in early 2024, and more recently in late 2024, Tequila Works itself had to file for insolvency, which is a huge loss for the industry. Despite all that, Song of Nunu stands as a shining example for the studio's talent for creating games with passion and soul. It's a beautiful, touching journey that proves a game doesn't need to be punishingly difficult to leave a huge impact on your heart. And that is it for the Fix XX review. What do you think about the story-focused games like Song of Nunu? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we check out another amazing indie title. Thanks for watching.
Oh, wait, huh? What? Touch me up there? Okay. Wait here. I'm investigating.